Howdy, it's Tucson Jim. I've got a really special opportunity for you this week. It's going to expire on the 9th, but I just want to bring it to your attention because it's really a great opportunity. I'm giving you the opportunity to get a free digital footprint report that will basically show you your entire online presence and will identify areas that you can very likely fix yourself. But if you need assistance on any of them or you want to do additional marketing, I'm certainly available to help. What I really wanted to show you though is the report that you're going to get because of the value that it will bring. So this is the content of the report. There is an overview page, but it shows the client's name and whatnot, and I'd prefer not to share that. Anyway, these are all the categories that are on that overview page. Basically, they're all in one area, and you can kind of get a big picture view of all of them. And but this is the same basic information. You're going to do each one of these individually. Obviously, there's no Facebook page. I shouldn't say obviously, but it's discovered there's no Facebook page. There's no LinkedIn page, no X. I'm going to help them set those up, as I mentioned. And then if you go to website build, it looks good. It's at 77%, not bad. I mean, certainly there's some areas. The main one that I see, well, there's two really, plagiarism and the structured data. This is pretty easy to fix for his web person. I'll give him some instructions to pass along. Plagiarism is a little bit different issue, but it is still caused by his website builder. They're basically probably using a template for all plumbers. And some of those descriptions are going to be the same, and they're just reusing them. And there were quite a few items, I want to say 62, in this particular website that needed to be taken care of. So that one's easy, though. It tells you exactly where it is, what it says, and then where it's also out there on the web. And the more often you have something that's duplicative on the web, the lower you're going to rank because it will show up as plagiarism, basically as duplicates. And that's something really easy for Google to figure out like that. So that's easy, like I said. And all you have to do is take that information, maybe run it through an AI, change the wording, put it back on. Really simple to fix, basically. Code quality is good. It was last updated recently. It has its security certificate. I'm going to close these, get them out of the way. And then the website build itself, we already talked about site conversion. There is no booking widget, and there really could be or should be because he does have a Calendly link on the page itself. So I would recommend doing a booking widget. It would just look better. And there's no live chat, which there really could be a chat bot anyway. There are economic choices available. I have one we talked about. I'm not going to put it on I'm not going to make it part of the proposal yet because we have two other projects that we're going to do there, that I think will take priority. It has analytics. It has a click to contact it. And actually one of the clicks will take you to just to dial basically. This not bad, but there's definitely a couple things that could be fixed pretty easily. And then looking at accessibility, great. He definitely has the accessibility access. However, there are some parts of his website that are not readable very readily because of color contrast. So if you've got let's say a dark lettering, dark text on a fairly dark background, that won't be able to be read by people who have color issues and maybe even just have regular vision issues. And it will also happen when you've got light on light. So if you've got like pale gold on a white background, that's an example. That would not work well. So those are pretty easy to see, but they definitely tell you on the report exactly what the words are, where they are, and whatnot. So it's really easy to fix. Local listings, Google Business Profile is there. He's well set up for voice search. No local presence was. I think it was because of mapping, probably. But anyway, we can fix that as well. And the good news is, like, his mobile is great. Obviously his whole website works well on mobile, and that's a very, very good thing because most people do use mobile these days. And then he's not doing any paid search, and that's a choice, no big deal. But if he wanted to, he could. But this does also show how he is, whether he will rank in an organic search, for example. It couldn't find any Facebook ads because he's not on Facebook. Now, any of these he could do. This local pack, he ranks number 50 in terms of the like the city places, that top part of a Google search. And that can be fixed. That's one of the programs that I'm going to work with him on, is getting this taken care of, because that's very important. Like I said, he ranks number 50 in that category, and he's number 12 in a regular SEO kind of a search. So that's easily fixable, as I said. And then organic search, we talked about that just a second ago. Content words. To me, the most likely search is going to have the word plumber in it. And I only found like one instance of the word plumber on the website. And I think that is, again, a really easy fix, because most people are going to look for plumber and then the city that they're in, or plumbers in the city that they're in. He used plumbing almost exclusively throughout the website, which means he's going to miss, some people in terms of rankings and whatnot. Not very many backlinks. I'm going to help with that a little bit by writing an article about him. Content keywords, as I said, that needs to be adjusted. Headings probably just not identified correctly. That's, again, pretty easy. Mobile speed, although we've set up for mobile, it's not very fast in mobile. So that's something that could be taken care of. Alternative text is what should show up on graphics and images, and it basically helps people read what the image is about if they can't see it, basically. So that's actually very important. But the rest of it's set up pretty well in general. What I want to share with you now is after we've reviewed all of this, I just want to go back to the page I was showing you a second ago. This is why you're here, probably, because this is the video I'm recording right this second. But again, I can help you compete with local business. If you watch this video again, if you need to, it'll demonstrate that report again. And then this is kind of an explanation of what you can do with the information, how it's going to help you. I think that part of it's extremely important to understand. And I wanted to show the actual form itself, because there are some required fields. I have to have a minimum of the website name, email address to run the report at all. In other words, that's kind of like the minimum that I need to run the report. However, if you give us the rest of the information as well, then the report will be much more valuable to you. It can compare whether you have multiple addresses. It can compare whether you have multiple phone numbers, for example, and if your business name is consistent across the internet, because sometimes you'll have one name in one place and then a slightly different name in a different place, which will hurt your search odds. So if you give me the business name that you present to the public, the phone number that you present to the public, and then your address, again, that would be great. You don't have to. Those are optional. Doesn't matter to me. This report's for you. So if you want the best possible report, you go ahead and fill all of it in. But I do need these 4 things at a minimum to just run the report. I can't even pay for it until it's actually got this information. It just won't run the report. So anyway, if you'll fill all this out, that would be great. And click on this button to submit your information. It will be sent to me via email. I will run the report, get it back to you via email, and my contact information, so that we can discuss it if you'd like to. One thing to know is that I am doing this in conjunction with everything else I do. It may take me a day, maybe 2 max, to get it back to you, but I'll do it as quickly as I possibly can. Let me know if you have any questions. I just wanted to point out one other thing. If you get this report, I will also offer to spotlight your business in a Local Heroes article. It's read by thousands. I put it on my LinkedIn page. I have over 7,000 followers, and we also post on a national website called Local Heroes, and I'll show you all those links and everything. But what I want to show you is the article that I wrote fairly recently. This is the Local Heroes article that I write. Basically, you kind of get a feel for what it's all about. And it is a human interest story. It's about how Garrett and Kim Gerard, and Kim built their restaurant. It's one of the best restaurants in the country. It ranks top 50 in Yelp nationwide, which is pretty cool. It's number 1 in Tucson. So this is the kind of article that I would write, including photos and as I mentioned, or I didn't mention, but the logo and whatnot, and some personal pictures. This is the kind of article I'll write. It doesn't have to be local to my area, as long as you're independently owned, a local small business. Happy to spotlight you in this way. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. If you'd like to get that report, just fill out the information, and I will be happy to get it back to you. Thanks.